Welcome back to Relocation Serbia. So today we are in a town called Negotin. All right. I have some family down here and I have some business to attend to. So hence why we are here today. Now, one thing I want to talk to you about is the area of Negotin. We're on our way currently to go check out a monastery that is here. Negotin is in the eastern part of Serbia, and it's a not as a big area such as Belgrade or Novi Sad. People that are looking for real estate like to come out here looking for cheap real estate. However, the one downfall is that there's not a lot of economic prosperity here, or things that you can do, but it's still a very beautiful area. And what I want to do is kind of show you the area of Negotin Monastery downtown, and talk about some things that people like yourself that are watching this video might want to think about when moving to Serbia, such as property. Belgrade and Novi Sad, the property is affordable by all North American standards, but a lot of people come here that do not have a lot of money and are looking for cheaper options. And Negotin may be one of the areas. And so after we go and visit the monastery, I'm going to go downtown, show you the center of it, and then we're going to go down to the one of the villages, take a look at the houses that are there, and some of the houses that you might be pretty impressed about the size wise and how actually affordable they are might pique your interest and make you want to think about moving down to Negotin, which is also a big importance of being in a good location. Because if you're looking to go to Romania is only about 10 minutes away. Bulgaria is about 20 minutes away, and so you have accessibility to those countries relatively easy. But let's take this drive and show you this monastery. Now, I quickly drove past the monastery just because I wanted to give you some background just before I get up close to it. This monastery is 4 kilometers east of Negotin. As you saw, I was driving out of Negotin, so it's just outside of that. Now, this monastery is known for being surrounded by its lush forest and vineyards as well, which I'll do a quick drive-by of it as well. But they also have a lot of beekeeping in this area as well. Now, Bukovo was established in the late 13th and early 14th century, and is one of the well-renowned monasteries in all of Serbia. Now, one of the things that people do at this monastery is, of course, attend their Sunday church attendance, but they also come here to baptize their kids. They can come here buy some wine. They can come here and get some trinkets for their children. For any of you that have actually met me in person and actually met my son as well, you'll notice my son has a red bracelet on his arm, and that was actually purchased here last year by myself and my wife here at this monastery. And it's an old wives' tale as to why we wear red bracelets on our children here, especially newborns. And it's a old wives' tale of not being able to cast a spell on your children. And it's not that people come and actually cast spells, but there's a saying here in Serbia that if you say to a kid how good looking he is, or what a beautiful baby, or anything of that, you can harm the children simply by saying that and cast a spell. And if it's true and if it's not true, I would rather take precautions. It's something that has been passed on throughout the Serbian culture for years and years. And I'm going to now quickly head back towards the monastery, but also show you some of the beekeeping facilities and as well as the vineyards. All right, one thing I wanted to just note is I can't actually go into the monastery because, one, it's Sunday and they have service there, and two, they actually do not allow public filming in this monastery whatsoever. Many of the churches here in Serbia do not allow filming in the facilities, and this is of course one of them. So if you are coming to the Negotin area, be sure to go inside and check it out. There is no fee to actually go in there, but if you want to go check out the store that they have, attend some Sunday service, or even baptize your child, this is somewhere that you could come and check it out and do that for yourself and for your family. So let's head into the center and see what we can find there. As I'm headed back into Negotin, I was just thinking, you guys might be asking, hey Andre, what was that water you filled up there? So that is a spring that comes from the monastery itself. A lot of people call it holy or blessed water because it comes from the monastery itself. A lot of people that do not have fresh water in this area will come here, fill up all their water that's possible, and take it home and use that as their drinking water because it's 100% natural spring water. And something that I do every time I come down to this area is fill up water for myself, just for traveling, take it back to the apartment so I don't have to purchase bottled water or any of that type of stuff. So just before I get bombarded in the comments, I thought I'd let you guys know what that all is about. And one thing about Serbia is that Serbia is really known for a lot of natural springs. And so you can go pretty well all over Serbia and just find these natural springs that people have built up and go fill up your water and you know, have fresh, clean drinking water that comes right out of the earth. None of that plastic container stuff, even though I filled up a plastic water bottle there just now. But you know, it's something that you can easily do here in Serbia and not have to worry about. So let's head into downtown and see what there is to say there. One thing to keep note is that it is a Sunday, and so as a Christian country here, we do have things that are closed here on Sundays, and so it won't be really popping and happening like it usually is. Not that Negotin really is popping and happening, because again, it is a smaller town. It's an older generation here. A lot of the younger people have moved to Belgrade, have moved to Novi Sad, have moved out of the country, such as Austria and Germany, for more economic prosperity, higher pay. But when I do go to the villages, you'll see some of these houses that are just enormous. And a lot of the people that do work in out of this country or in these bigger cities do come back to these villages here to spend time with their grandparents. But I'll touch on that in a little bit. So let me get down there and I'll be right back. All right, now I am in the center of Negotin, just sitting out here in the park. I'm going to quickly take a walk down the strip of Negotin here and quickly just kind of point out some things before I head into one of the villages down here. But quickly to give you some insight about Negotin. Now, Negotin, the city itself, has about 14,500 residents in the area, and the whole municipality itself has about 28,000 people. So it's substantially less than what you would have in Belgrade, which is about 1.7 million, and Novi Sad, which is about 300,000. One of the other things to point out about Negotin and the whole area is that it's a very older generation here. There's not many children here. There are not many kids as you would have in the larger ones. The reason being is there's not too much, you know, economic development here and job opportunities here. So a lot of the people that finish school for something here in Negotin typically will find just basic jobs in a kafana, gas station, so on and so forth. And so a lot of the people have moved to the larger cities, and it's been left down to be some of the smaller and older generation here. So let's just take a quick walk here, and we'll do a quick little talk about what we have here and what you can experience. But it still is a very beautiful town. I wouldn't call it a city because it is very small here. You know, you can walk the whole center from the one side to the other in honestly a few minutes. But you know, they keep the park pretty clean for the most part here, as you can see behind me, and people just sitting in back here, listening to music, drinking rakia, of course, and hanging out. Now I'm going to be coming up to the Serbian Orthodox Church here. Again, you have something that I like about Serbia is that they have places that you can just go fill up water here, very much like the monastery. And so here we are entering the strip. Right behind me, you have the church that you can see. So anything that you need there, and the whole strip behind me here. Now there's a lot of other places straight ahead of me as well that you can go check out. But again, I mentioned I'm here on a Sunday, so a lot of things are closed. One thing I want to show to you real quick is something that Serbia does here that's a lot different than in North America. And it comes to the way that they do obituaries. Now, you do have newspapers in North America where they have obituaries, but one thing that they do here in Serbia is put obituaries out in the public so people can see. And so as you're walking around, you can see them posted up in front of the church there, for instance. And then when you enter the center as well, there is a little structure that also will have all the deaths of the people in the area. So when you're walking by, you can check it out. Now, you do have government buildings such as this one here. Of course, it's got a European Union flag in front of it. I don't know what that's all about, but regardless, the European Union should keep their nose out of it. But from what I hear is the EU is not happy with Serbia at the moment, especially with President Vucic going over to Russia May 19th for the victory parade, which they said that if he goes to Russia, he is going to be incurring the possibility of not being able to enter the European Union, which to me is fine. Now, I digress. Let's get on to this here. So right now I'm passing a place called Korzo. This place is actually a great place if you do come here for breakfast. They have lots of great coffees, burek, a lot of great pastries. And then you have a pizza shop there. They have butchers here, places that you can go get phone services, of course, Yedel, A1, so on and so forth. And then they also have a couple places here that you can just go get drinks, like kafanas, right? That's what a kafana is. You typically can just go get that. So that's one here that's in behind me. A lot of patio seating, as you can see behind me here. More patio sitting here, right? And then right here behind me on this end here is the police station. This is where you're going to go and get your lična kartas done and anything to do with your residency. But from what I understand is that here we just had some people going here that wanted to get their lična kartas done, and there's no rule, like take a number, book an appointment. It's basically, as it opens up, it's like flies on shit, to say the least. Everyone's butting in front of everyone. Everyone thinks they have to have the right to be first and get looked after first, but that's basically what that is. Now, I'm just coming up to another place here called Costello's. Costello's here is a great pizza shop. So if you're coming to Negotin, check out Costello's. I highly recommend it. Their thin crust pizza, it's not a lot of dough, very good, toppings on it. Great beer if you're into the beers, and of course rakia too. And I would also highly recommend you check out their palatchinke, especially the Nutella and plasma. Now, as much as I've been just talking here, I just completely walked the whole center of Negotin. Just gives you a little perspective of how small it actually is. Got obviously a grocery store here, which is Idea, which is a very popular train here, or chain here, not train, in Negotin, or all of Serbia, should I say. There's a bunch of other well-known butcher shops around here, and of course they have a beautiful fountain as well. So when I was here last year, that was not an operation. They just fully were reconstructing it. I guess the top is not functioning at the moment, but you know, as the saying goes in Serbia, sve polako I uz vreme. And that all means everything goes slowly and in time. And so now I'm going to be coming to the main street here in Negotin, where typically there's a lot of taxis waiting here, but being that it's Sunday and there's not a lot of activity happening, they're not sitting here at all whatsoever. And just before I tap out of this part and go head over to the village, I want to show you this other structure here where I'll showing you about the obituaries so that people can read, which is right here behind me. So as you get close, you can see that they have people's pictures, they have their names, date of birth, so on and so forth, typically when their burial is as well, and where it is, and so that if you know the individual and wish to attend, you can do so. So I'm going to head over to the car and head over into the villages where I'm going to talk to you about the village lifestyle and what's going on there. All right, we are now in a village near Negotin, about a half hour outside of Negotin, called Urovica. Now, as you can see, some of these houses that are built here, should I say, are absolutely enormous. The houses here range from anywhere between 3 to 10,000 square foot. All right, now the village only houses about 300 to 400 residents. The issue is with these houses is they were built many, many years ago when the Serbs did not trust the banks and they had nowhere to put their money. And so what did they do is they built these massive houses that you see behind me. Their idea was times were good back then, and the whole old time saying was that the parents would build this for the children would grow up and their great-grandchildren would live here. And that never worked out. Times got rough, as you know, with Serbian history. There wasn't much work involved here. And those plans never came to fruition. So the issue with these houses is, yes, they're massive. This village is very peaceful. A lot of farming, a lot of, you know, gardening, homesteading, if you will. But nobody lives in these houses. These houses, 90 to 95% of them are empty. They're empty, and maybe the parents that originally had those dreams of their kids and their great-grandchildren living here are no longer here, so those parents are here by themselves. Now, we know a couple that bought a house here. It was about 6,500 square feet for as low as 35,000 euros, which is completely cheap. Now, the thing is, yeah, that's great for people that want to do something with their money, want to buy a house, want to enjoy their retirement. But the issue is, in this village, there's not much to do. There's not much of a grocery store. There's only a convenience store here. There's no medical here. There is no services here. And so you're really isolated from any type of thing to do in life, right? Now, you do have internet, you can watch TV, you can have your animals, whatever. But if you're actually looking for somewhere to go on a daily basis for your groceries, you're going to be taking that half-hour drive into Negotin. If you need some sort of mechanic, you're going to either have to find someone here in the village that knows how to work on your vehicle, or find a mechanic in Negotin, if not further. And so villages are great, but you also have to take it with a grain of salt, because what do you do and where does that money go to afterwards when you're looking to sell it? So that's what I want to leave you guys with. I'll see you on the next one.